Right, today I thought we would spend a little time on talking about how to virtually collaborate, and we've got a lot of people online, which is so cool. And especially during this time of distancing, it's like, how do we get to a place where we need to collaborate, or how can we do that? So I put together just a couple of slides and then maybe some Q&A at the end. So I think the first thing that I wanted to say is, let's use this time to figure out how we can really be creative. Take a deep breath and use the time and actually create. This is a really good time to get our house in order. A tidy house is a tidy mind, and that opens the cobwebs to be creative. And also pull out some of those half-baked lyrics and ideas from that dusty box in the corner and write. And you can write anything, right? I don't know if anyone's seen Julia Cameron's The Artist Way, but she describes the morning pages, and doing morning pages actually helps you to do other writing, like, of course, writing songs. And then, of course, open up the piano and tune your guitar and start to dabble. And you don't even need to write a song, but getting to listening to music can be just as good. It's kind of like taking a happy pill. So, but one of the things that can set us in the wrong path in order to feel like we can collaborate with others, especially in this time, is our confidence. So if we're not feeling confidence to reach out or communicate or connect, or we don't feel like we have the talent, or you think the opinion of others might be negative of us and may not want to collaborate with us, then this is really a non-starter. So there's a couple of things I want to go through about that. Just one of them is follow what feels good. Another is self-esteem and working on your belief system. I'm going to tap into these a bit. 3, maybe break a habit of 3, and then 4, set some goals. And this will really help around confidence. So let me go into that a little bit. So one of the first things is to follow what feels good. I mean, following your joy and your bliss is really the most important thing. So every day during your work or balancing with your songwriting, you just want to kind of follow what feels good. And of course, there's a couple of things about our self-esteem. So if I was to start collaborating with someone or wanting to, I may not feel like they may not want to collaborate with me. So, flick that inner critic off your shoulder, so to speak, and write down your 10 goals that you want to achieve. So we've always got someone who's saying, no, you shouldn't do it. No, you've got no time. No, you got to work. Oh, no, wait till the stay-at-home order is over. Whatever we have is an excuse. Let's try and flick that guy or girl off our shoulder. And then write down 10 goals that you think, or 1 goal that you think you want to achieve regarding collaboration or creativity. Maybe write an affirmation every day. An affirmation like, I'm a rock star, or I'm talented, or I'm awesome, or I'm beautiful, whatever it is. And then, we've got to work through our shit. Sorry to be so frank, but we've got stuff and cobwebs in our own backyard and our history that make us feel like we can't sort of get going sometimes. So got to work through that. All right, so now we've kind of worked through that a little bit. How do we break our isolation habit? So a habit is something that you do. It's a tendency or practice that's hard to give up. And sometimes it's in the Oxford Dictionary, they say it's a loose garment worn by a member of a religious order. Well, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a habit that you do over and over again. And a belief, sorry, this is not a spelling mistake here, spelling mistake is here. A belief is something you tell yourself over and over again. So a habit is something that you do over and over again. And a belief and a habit is kind of tied in together. So if we change our habits a little bit, then we can change our belief system. So I want to give you a tip on how you could change some habits so that you can change your belief system. One of the things is you can set some goals, like a short-term goal. One of my short-term goals was to do a Facebook Live show every day. And that to me was helping me with my collaboration. I had another goal of I'm co-writing with 2 others on a musical. That's a really big goal of mine, but I have to do this virtually, right? So think about the goal that you want to do from a collaboration point of view. And then 2, come up with like 3 things or 3 habits towards that goal. It could be your morning pages. It could be getting on the phone. It could be setting a meeting timer. It could be doing a live event. I'm going to show you some of these things. And then put a deadline around it by July 1st, by May 15th, by September 24, whatever that is. So here's some collaboration ideas, specifically for songwriters and musicians. One, you want to find perhaps some music workshops online, like this one, right? So you can collaborate, and you know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So even if you didn't present a song today, but you attended, that's awesome. Two, you could host your own events, which is a lot of fun. You could just set up your own event and schedule it and let people know that they can come to it. You could create a live event, which I'm going to share some ideas on that, like how you could do a live event. There's a lot of great tools out there right now, especially if you are a performer. Four, you can actually reach out to specific people, like be bold. Like you may never have reached out before because, you know, we probably could see them at an event, or we'll see them at work, or we'll see them somewhere, or we know that they live in the next suburb. But now that you're like at home, maybe you could be specific around your goals of making a call or a FaceTime or whatever you need. People are picking up the phone these days and being more bold. And another collaboration idea is actually to co-write online with someone. And that's kind of tricky with technology, but it's actually doable. And like we have today, we have people all around the world. We could literally do a lot of things online together, which I will talk about in a minute as well. So one of the ways to co-write online, one of the best practices I'd say is once you find a partner, and I'll share with you how you can do that, to write with, maybe take the pressure off and just brainstorm ideas and themes. Don't even get to a place of actually writing a song yet. Like I'm doing this musical with a couple of others and we're just talking about ideas. And that could be a whole session in of itself. So once you do that, then you can take turns in writing the pieces or owning the parts. You could do stuff together like through a Zoom call, or your collaborator might go off and do some lyrics and you might be working on some music, or vice versa. Or maybe your collaborator is really good at producing, but you're a really good singer. Like come up with who can own the parts to help each other finish the song. And of course you want to regularly meet up. So again, with goals and dates, let's meet up every Saturday. Let's meet up every Wednesday. And we put it in our calendar. And the final thing on this piece, which I'm a real stickler about, is please be fair in the co-writing. It's always 50-50, or 33 1/3 if it's 3 people. Like even if someone just threw in some ideas, that idea could have been the reason why that song is so amazing. So set a tone about fairness when you write. These are a couple of the ideas for shows online that I've been pulling together, and there's so many others as well. You could do a couple of these. So you can have a Zoom party. So like we've done, like I've done, you can get a free account. It's 45 minutes free, or you can pay like, I don't know, $9 a month to do a more than 45 minutes, and then invite a few of your besties. They can invite a few of theirs, turn everyone's living room into an online house concert. Bam, you've got a show. You can join House Party. It's the app, and you can find your friends and then literally have a house party whenever you want. And that's really cool, and just pull out your guitar. You can go Facebook Live, which I've been doing a few of these from your home stream. You could literally tap on live and you can start playing. Get your camera right, get a light right, make sure the light's in front of you because people are in the dark and you can't see them. People can comment, and then you can even turn it into a watch party. Once you've finished, you can tap on, turn it into a watch party, and everyone can watch the video with you. You can similarly do it on Instagram Live, which has the ability to really attract a lot of followers outside of your core friends circle by just using your hashtags. And of course, you can always add your PayPal link or your Venmo link, or call it out and say, hey, my Venmo is, and for donations and tips. And I've seen a lot of artists do that lately. If you want to schedule your show, stageit.com is great. You can actually schedule a show in advance, put it on your website. They have a tip jar right there, and people can actually pay tips while you're performing. And then another live stream is Twitch. I think it's Twitch, yeah, where people can do a show. One of our songwriters, Songsalive members, Marina V, does them on there, and she's doing really great. So there's some tips on performing live. So some of the things you can do with Songsalive for collaboration, just to remind you, and you're all members, so you have access to this as part of your membership benefits. Obviously, you can join our monthly song sessions where you can get critique. 2, you can join our song camps. So we're going to do one very soon, and you're going to sign up for that. There is a fee to that, but it's very small because you're already a member. But we also have some non-members that join them as well. This is where we can really open it up, and you can actually collaborate and write songs together. So we're going to be putting together one soon where we put you into Zoom rooms, into places where you'll brainstorm together as pairs or trios, and then you'll come up with writing a song together, which is going to be awesome. So we've got that. There's other song camps around too. A lot of Nashville things that happen, NSAI do them. There's a whole bunch of places where you can do co-writing events together. And then another program of ours is called SongShare, which I mentioned earlier, where you can post any day of the week in the feed in the Backstage, members.songsalive.org, as long as you add the topic SongShare. Just like we did today, add your lyrics, add a link to your song, and request what kind of feedback you want, and you can get feedback with the comments underneath it. And then you can also find another songwriter within our Backstage. You can go to members and see someone in your area or anyone virtually and listen to their songs, see if you like what they do, and reach out. Be bold and send them an internal chat. We also have a marketplace section where you can also swap needs, like you need a guitarist or you need a vocalist, and then Song Collab, which is a whole squad in of itself for people who just want to kind of self-organize in co-writing. Yeah, so there's Q&A. So why don't we talk about what you all think about collaboration? And I would love to hear from you. Idea?
I just want to chime in. I'm in another group, not songwriting, it's a community group, and we've tried to do a few things, fun things online to get people together. One of the things is we had an open mic night, but if you do that, you really kind of have to get into the weeds on trying to tweak your audio on Zoom to make that work well, because it's not set up very well for instruments. It's set up for talking. And there's some videos on YouTube that address that, but I was also thinking, since you've made this presentation, maybe there might be some interest in a little group of some sort exchanging tips on what you found on how to make it better on Zoom or whatever conferencing you're using.
Yeah, I mean, any one of us can answer that question if we've been on Zoom a bit.
Like, for instance, one suggestion that could help this out, not that I'm saying that you do this, but if you hook up your computer directly to your modem and turn off the Wi-Fi and make everybody in your house mad, you could get a more stable signal. That's just one thing that I've heard about.
Another one that's pretty common in terms of audio is to join both on your computer and by phone, and use your phone for audio. It's much cleaner, much more reliable. You basically never ever hear it falter.
Yeah, great idea. Yeah, because we usually give the Zoom dial-in as well. Yeah. So I mean, Zoom is not perfect, but it's getting better and better. Like in sharing and presenting songs, Richard found a way that when you're sharing a screen, you can send the music through the Zoom computer, rather than like how you hear me now. Maybe Richard, can you explain that?
Yeah, basically what it is it says share computer sound. You can only do this when you share a screen. And when you share a screen, there's a bar, and on the right side of the bar are some options. One is share computer sound. It routes the sound directly from your computer out, as opposed to going through a microphone.
Yeah. Cool. We have a question about Facebook Live events technically. Yeah, so Facebook Live, so what I do, and I think I could show you, is I literally have a light that I use first. So this is a special light. See this round thing? So this is actually a light that turns on. And what it does is it really helps with the, sorry, I'm trying to turn it on. Yeah, see? Woo, isn't that great? So what it's doing is now when I stand in front of it, oh, look at my face. Can you see my face? Even better if it's turned up. And now I'm really, wouldn't want it there. It's supposed to be better. See the sun, the face? So you want to get the light right in front of you. So that's the first thing that I do. The second thing that I do is I position myself at my piano and I get the laptop kind of in that direction. And then I do, the sound is going through Facebook and my computer, but I also set up a microphone and an amp nearby, so I'm hearing myself a little better everyone's hearing me a little better rather than just like the normal audio. LED ring lights. Thanks, Randy. Yeah. And then I actually try and record my song too. I've got my Mac with me and I'm recording in just like a GarageBand. So I have a recording of it as well. But once you do a Facebook Live video, you can then download it and use the video later for other things. There's also other ways to stream. So you can stream at the same time all across. I can try and find the link if I can remember it. Any other questions about or thoughts about collaborating online?
I mean, I've only been collaborating online, really. Because in Germany, problem is that if I go to workshops or anything like that, mostly it's going to be, something in German or whatever. So I don't usually do that much. And so I've started collaborating on the internet, I think a few years back already. Although there was a few opportunities, but I was still working. And I collaborated with people from the States or from England. There's usually no problem with the technology. You just send something. Okay, you got the phone anyway, or you got these things to talk, and then you send something, then you record something, they send it back, the lyrics, the saying, it's no big deal. Even with emails, you don't need anything fancy, and it still works fine. There's not been a problem with it. One thing I was saying about the group, I remember, I haven't looked recently, but I remember when I joined, I looked, and it was difficult to find out. It seemed to be that everybody was writing music, and there were no lyricists. Which probably not everybody has put down what they're good at. Probably if they said songwriters, because I'm always looking for people that can write text more than music, and there didn't seem to be that many. I think it's probably down to how we put down our skills in Songsalive.
Yeah, you can say who you are. So I guess there's many lyricists who also write music. So they've said they're songwriters, right? Which would be a lyricist who writes music.
So that would I prefer. Each one of us would put more information about ourselves, so that because obviously you reach out, but you don't want to reach out blind. You want to know where they are. One thing would be, are you interested in collaborating? So you approach somebody, they're already open to it. Can they write lyrics? Can they do, if you know what they're doing? Can they sing? So you exchange, I can produce a bit more, so somebody can use my skills, and I can use somebody that can sing more, stuff like that.
Yeah, you're saying you're speaking exactly what I'd love to see. So what Nico is referencing to is our profiles in the Songsalive Backstage. You have a profile section. You could really flesh that out more to share. You're going to have a biography section and links, and then you can share what your skill sets are. We have a standard section where you can say who you are, what you do, and you're right. Some will be lyricists only. But if they are lyricists and musicians, they would probably choose songwriters, so you don't know exactly what they do. So great point. And a little bit from Songsalive, we can help it a lot from the members themselves to flesh that out.
Yeah, and links are always also great, I think, because
Links,
so
yeah.
you want to be sure, you know, you could be the best songwriter in the world, but it'll be the music you do is not the music I like to make, so it's going to be a bit more difficult to match, to find a match. So to have a link to go and listen or to look at lyrics, whatever, you already know. Okay, yeah, I think I can work with him or her. So it gives you more confidence in approaching people. I think if you can see something of what they've done before or what they like doing.
Yes,
like
absolutely. No, it's a great point. So, and I think that's just a good one in general that I'd like to say, in or outside of Songsalive, that we do want to represent ourselves in the best light. So people, website or our Reverb Nation or our SoundCloud or wherever you're Broadjam, wherever you like to host it. Obviously, we'd love to have as much information in Songsalive as well, but you know, learning how to promote ourselves is just a whole topic in of itself, which we can do another time. But just, you know, our calling card is a digital calling card. So however we represent ourselves and our uniqueness and what we bring to the table is important. Let's see a couple of questions in the chat. Have been collaborating with a few musicians by sharing MP4 files. Yes, it's great. Adding tracks to each other's work. Found the need for something like Dropbox due to large files when sharing. Great. Yes, having file sharing, box.com or Dropbox or Google Drive. These kinds of things are really great to be able to share your music. And that's to collaborate back and forth. So you can drop something in and, you know, version 1, version 2. Sunny asked, Gilli, on Facebook Live, do you interact with watchers chatting vocally? I absolutely do. Obviously, while I'm singing the song, I'm singing the song, but before and after, I'm totally chatting. Hey, hi, nice to welcome, thanks for coming, blah, blah, blah. It's awesome. That's what we do. Yeah, you want to interact. It's about engagement. It's not just about, oh, listen to me. It's not about that. I'm going to sing my song now. No, it's about, hey, I'm reaching out. You're there, I'm here, we're together. Okay, I'm gonna do a song. Okay, how does that make you feel? What's going on in your world? The chat, 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 right? So it's an interaction. Well, so there you go. So some of the tips and tools on how to collaborate virtually, which, you know, we think that we've got this down by now for the last 20 years with the internet, but you know, now's more the time than ever to really kind of expand our horizons and kind of get outside of our box. Find that time to create, set that goal, set that deadline, reach out, find your network. We've got a great network here. We love that you're with us, and just move forward in being able to be together but apart. So, so good luck with collaborating, and we want to hear some more songs.